Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another PvP commentary. And if you haven't caught my last couple of streams, I've been trying to get my bearings back on my hybrid, but we do have a little group outside of one of the outposts here, so we're going to see if we can try to get a good fight out of it. But the first target that we decide to go on is pretty tanky here, so we're just going to try to prioritize our targets. I switched to the Necro and get a pretty nasty Berserker Rage off on him, and we managed to finish him off after the Petrify, and we're kind of left to the Nightblade in the tank. We turn and cancel the res, and we try to turn and see if we can finish off the Nightblade, but every time I kind of turn my attention to him, he kind of just goes back into stealth. We cancel the res again, but like I said, kind of just goes right back into stealth every time I turn on him. And this tank does seem pretty dedicated on getting this res off, so it does look like they're a semi-coordinated group, but as soon as he starts hitting me there, you see he doesn't really have that much damage, so he seems to be a dedicated tank. But we take a couple of snipes here, so I see if I can try and turn to the Nightblade here. But the second I turn, honestly, he probably could have killed me there, because I got stunned as I got low off of those snipes, but I guess after seeing the Necro die, he's kind of just being wary. But we're just putting a little bit of pressure into the DK just so that he doesn't go for that res. I see the Nightblade come out once again, so I turn on him, and we finally do get a stun off on him, but as soon as I do, the tank kind of body blocks and prevents me from getting any damage off on him. And we turn, and it looks like there's another EP that has shown up, and he does res the Necromancer, so I just kind of turn around and rebuff, and knowing that the Necro was kind of squishy, I just decided to go for him. The tank does kind of body block my heavy attack, but we still have enough damage to finish off the Necro there. And then I turn for the Templar. I'm not exactly sure where the Nightblade is right now, but we're trying to focus on the Templar because he's now the priority target, because he's going to end up healing everybody. And we are taking a little bit more pressure because the tank has turned into a werewolf. And as you see, for some reason, I'm trying to get a Power Lash proc off on there, on the Templar, but it's not going off for some reason. But as soon as we kind of run out of resources here, we get some help from a friendly DC player who helps us finish off the last couple of players. And I think the Nightblade is still out there somewhere, but nice little fight to start off the night, and I get a nasty little hate tell to start off coming back into the game, which is pretty funny, but yeah, let's jump into the next fight here. But yeah, we're outside of Trollman now, and as I kind of spot this Templar away from everybody else, I'm going to see if I can try and take him out before anybody joins the fight, because Templars kind of make outnumber fights a little bit more difficult than they need to be. But we do manage to take him out there, and I'm going to see if I can try and use these rocks to engage with these guys one by one. But the second that I engage with this DK here, we start to take some shots from up on the rock there. So I'm going to see if I can reposition around the rocks and switch to this player. We do get very, very low, but we get a very nice coagulate off of the roll there. And as he sees us coming, he kind of retreats, but we use the speed from Blade Cloak to catch up and hit him with a crit rush to get him into the combo, and get a very, very clean combo off on him. He doesn't really break this Petrify right away. We try to follow it up with the Berserker Rage, and he does dodge it, but we just follow it up with a couple of Executioners, and manage to take him out and get a clean kill there as well. But I believe the next player that I do end up getting into a fight with is a hybrid as well. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure he is, because he was running a 2H sword with the heavy attack version of Igneous. But as soon as we see each other here, we kind of just both start slugging it out. There's other players kind of outside of this fight as well, and we both are kind of taking shots from each of them, but I get pretty low and manage to just kind of flip him, put the stun on him, and turn the fight. But it's kind of how the fight's gonna end up going. It's a very, very back and forth fight, but the other player that we did kill earlier does kind of come back and start attacking us from behind there. So I try to reposition around the tree and turn back onto the DK here, but as you can see, it's a very it's not a one-sided fight at all. We do get very, very low, but then we put him into a Petrify and then turn the combo. But being that we're both hybrids, you know, our heals are very good being on the DK class, but as you see the leap coming there, I do block it and manage to mitigate a little bit of the damage. But we're able to get kind of alone here now, and yeah, like I said, we're just slugging it out. I get him very, very low, but each time we kind of get each other low, you know, the stun kind of saves us and allows us to set the fight to kind of reset. But my resources are getting a little bit low, and my potion is down here. So I do manage to get a couple of power lash whips to get the heals. Hit him with a Dawnbreaker and get him very, very low, but then he hits us with his stun and then follows up with the leap and does take us out. But very, very fun fight with the other hybrid there, man. Definitely shout outs to that guy. I haven't really seen a lot of other hybrids out, really in general in the game. So it was a very fun fight to have with another one who was running a rather similar build, but you know they differed in their own ways. But yeah, last but not least, we do have a nice little 3v1 here, and they are kind of pushed away from the rest of the group. So I push to the side and see if I can try and take this fight here. Seems like we have a Warden and a DK, but the Warden seems to be a little bit lower level. So I put a bunch of pressure into the Warden to see if I can take her out and even the odds here, which I do. And right as I do, the other player kind of leaves. So I hit the DK with a Berserker Rage, which allows us to kind of soak up some of the damage from that leap there. I hit him with a heavy, but we get very, very low as the other player kind of jumps in the fight. But we had a very, very quick Coagulate and turn back on him just to try and capitalize off of that damage that we did put on him. Get him back into a stun, and his resources seem to have been kind of spent there. So you're able to finish the kill, and we're left to the Warden to 1v1 here. But yeah, man, nice couple of fights jumping back into the game. Like I said, I have been streaming, so if you haven't checked out my page and hit follow to see when I do go live, I will leave the link in the description there. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun on this build again, man. Like I said, I moved some gear around and I put Sandcrawl back on, so it feels really, really nice to have this damage again. But as I do get more comfortable with PvP again, I will eventually explore my other builds. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.